Good afternoon, everybody. Well, it depends on where you are, but it's afternoon where I am. Got the critical smoker stream up. We're going to check out the last real fake meeting of the year as we finish up 2024. It's funny, I just woke up from a nap. So if I sound a little groggy, you know why. Let me see where my stuff is here. Okay, I see critical there. Let me see if anything else is. Everything is playing well, let me know.
Tiffany's here, y'all. So I'm gonna plug in my mic again, my external mic. So you probably won't be able to hear me going external.
All right. Come on in. Okay, I see the chat. I see people talking. Let me see if I can highlight some chats. Hopefully it's working. Let's see. Let's see here. All right. Oh, so now they're in the city of Harvey, as you guys can see. I guess all the mics probably will work. I think I saw some Harvey aldermen there, actually. Found that interesting. I forgot the one that was screaming at the residents about when the buildings were boarded up. What's that guy's name? Tyrone. Damn, what's the name of that I just saw him? He had the gray slick back hair. What's his name? Harvey Alderman. Was it Tyrone something? Rogers. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I saw him earlier. Tyrone Rogers. Oh, it's low. There's nothing happening, so I got it low. But let me know if you guys can hear us now. thought you were gonna be talking. I guess you will talk in a few minutes. This is probably the earliest time I've ever seen her come into a meeting. Maybe because she's not in her neck of the woods. She's in Harvey. But usually she's at least half an hour late. I thought I was gonna have some time to catch up with everybody. All right, I guess we'll wait a few minutes to see if she starts talking.
All right, guys, we're gonna give it another 5 minutes just to see if anyone else shows up. Right now, present is myself, Clerk Wells, and also Trustee Darlene Brown. And other people in there.
So this is just a formality. The trustees are not going to show up, so it doesn't really matter. Just they'll do this. She'll have her little speech, and then we'll kind of talk and catch up on what is going on the last couple of weeks in the story. It just seems to be more. I guess I thought things would be kind of chill for the Christmas, because usually places, Christmas time, everyone kind of chills out. You don't see too much craziness, but not in that neck of the woods. Not in New York either. I definitely have to talk about that. Some of the stories that I've been checking out over the last couple of weeks, but I guess we'll have a little bit of conversation of what we expect to happen in this area next year. Like what you guys think is going to be the likely outcome when we are at the end of 2025. So we'll definitely get into that. I saw that Tiffany Hayes dropped a Facebook video. I think it was yesterday or even today. So there's a little bit that we could talk about after this town hall is over. Tyrone Biggums. Good question, Michelle. Why are they there? Well, there's at least one article that I saw, at least maybe two, about some of, I guess, either reports or theories on why Tiffany Hayes decided to have this special meeting in Harvey. So we'll definitely dive into that as well.
I can't hear all of you guys' chats. I mean, I can't see you guys' chats. I only got one phone today.
No, we're still waiting. What's going on? We're still waiting. Yeah, rant is definitely going to be incoming. So, but yeah, this is the last meeting or town hall of the year. This is probably the last stream of the year. So if you haven't been subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like, all those good things, the things that don't cost anything. Those are the most important. A nice subscribe, a nice like always helps the business of YouTube, as you guys see. Critical with the nice, the colorful shirt with the sweater. Is that inside? I don't know. I see Ryan. See him all the time. He's a Harvey resident. We'll be talking about Christopher. Oh, I think it's a little too loud. We'll be talking about Christopher Clark after this. A little bit about him and some of the shenanigans he's been accused of being involved in. I see Michael Smith on the left there. What else? See William Moore on the right. Let's see. Who else? Who do I recognize? I recognize a few residents there. Not too packed. Not fair amount of people.
Hey, Ryan. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna stay there. I'm sure you've never taken video here before.
Never been here in life.
All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you guys for coming out to our special meeting. Today, I called a special meeting to take care of some critical business. As you can see, I do not have a quorum. Two trustees have opted out of showing up to a special board meeting. We have very, very important things to take care of, and I'm gonna read it off the agenda. First, I'm gonna give acknowledgement. The attorney is here, Nelson. And also Clerk Wells, and trustee Darlene Royales, and also Highway Commissioner. Everyone is present, so we are missing trustee Carmen and trustee Chris is both missing. First, I'm gonna leave a message to you. All right. Stay on point today. Okay, as you guys know, you have seen us call 7 different meetings. 4 of them was regular scheduled board meetings, and 3 was special board meetings. Unfortunately, each time the Board of Trustees, the 2 individuals, Trustee Carmen and Trustee Chris, did not attend either board meeting. Caused us to not have a quorum, as you guys know how government works. We cannot move forward with business, we cannot pay bills, we cannot do a lot of things if the board members do not show up. I know they give you all this mixed emotions, this mixed information as it relates to we just do things. We do not move without board approval. When the board approves things, then things get taken care of, like insurance. The insurance have been on the agenda several different times. Each time, no one has shown up but myself, the clerk, and trustee Garland. We're the only ones that have shown up along with the attorney to pay for the insurance. When they did not show up to pay for the insurance, it caused us to lapse in coverage. Therefore, no coverage for Thornton Township, for our buildings, for our vehicles, for anything. So to this day, we still have no coverage as relates to the buildings or our vehicles. So that means that services in our buildings will have to come to a halt. We cannot pick residents up. We cannot access our buildings due to the liability if someone falls, if a car crash happens, car accident, we cannot accept that risk. So therefore, that's why you see 333 building is closed down. We will now have to move forward with closure of our other buildings, and I did not want to go in this new year like this, and this is why we call it special year, to take care of the much needed business before you. I have tried with all my heart to keep the services going here at Thornton Township. All the special meetings that were called were to handle critical issues such as insurance, budgets, and also the tax levy. Yet, 2 trustees have opted out to showing up to any meetings that we have called under our township. But when they called a meeting, they called a special meeting last Friday, and they held it at Dog Park. Y'all know, no way that I would want to go to Dog Park. But what did I do as your leader? I still showed up, and I still took care of the business before me. Because my job is to do my job. Not care about fighting, not care about who like who. My job is to show up and take care of the people's business, which we need. When we call meetings, people don't show up. And as you know, just to explain a little further for those that don't understand what's going on before you. Our board is gridlock. Lately, there have been 2 to 2. Myself, Trustee Clean Gray Evans, against Trustee Chris and Trustee Carmen. So if it's gridlock, we cannot move anything. That means bills, pay any type of insurance. We can't do the things that's needed to stay above ground. Today's meeting was also handling insurance, the budget, and the tax levy, which is supposed to be filed by December 31st, for those that follow government. Every government entity, whether you're the library, park, school, or a village or a city, has a deadline of December 31st to pass your tax levy. That is the taxes that's levied for people to operate in the following year. I will not continue to play these games with the legislative branch, and I will not allow them to overstep their duties as trustees to run the day-to-day operations. As you can see, which is not getting ran due to the fact of them not showing up to board meetings. At this point, this is where we come to an end. Tomorrow, we will have to make the hard decisions of shutting down all of our other buildings. We will have to make the hard decision of not picking up residents as it relates to them going to the doctor, to the grocery store, or anywhere else that they choose to go. I am asking for everyone to pray for my township, to pray for everyone to unharden their hearts, and to pray that this too shall pass, and when it passes, it's for the benefit of the people. We are here to handle the following. I'm going to read to you this agenda. Today we had approval of bills, the general fund, general assistance fund, and the road and bridge fund. Also, on the agenda is to approve 100% property tax refund to all homeowners in Thornton Township. So let me explain to you how that works. If Thornton Township took or allocated a portion of your funds for taxes, we are refunding you back that portion. So if we took $50, you get $50. If we took $200, you get $200. Just so we can clear up the misinformation that's out there about the 100% tax property refund. Next, our staff. Our staff are used to getting bonuses under the Frank Zuccarelli administration, and we want to give them a bonus as well, especially for the holiday. The inflated prices for food and just cost of living, we would like to give them a bonus for this holiday, which normally they would get every single year. Unfortunately, the board of trustees, the 2 individuals, have not shown up to do so. Third on the agenda, a forensic audit, which was voted on and approved by myself, Trustee Carmen, Trustee Chris. We all approved to do this forensic audit, yet every single time it goes on the agenda, they do not show up to vote to move forward to initiate the forensic audit. So that shows someone's hiding something. So if they say they want a transparency, why aren't we moving forward to do forensic audit? Also, IT department and senior services. Those two departments alone needs their own credit card shake prior to the board of trustees making ordinances to stop movement of services. Such as, say for instance, we have our internet bill or anything like that that's an everyday usage. They need it to go on a credit card so it's revolving, so that it does not stop. We have had times where we went without, when we were in the township, computers went down because we did not pay our bills, due to the fact that no one showing up to a board meeting to vote to pay bills. Where we could just fix that situation by having a credit card and them putting on their credit card, which IT had in the past, and that bill will get paid every single month. Same with senior services. I know you guys heard me speak to this. One time, the senior service department asked for us to buy ice cream for them. They didn't even vote to buy ice cream for the seniors. It was having an ice cream social. But these are little issues that we're having, which is big to the residents, but it's minute to us because normally that still just operates. It's $300-400. Of course, we all put money together and make sure they get ice cream for that ice cream social, but we should not have to do these things when we have budgets with all surpluses, and every account has a surplus in it, especially our GA department. We have a surplus of over $4 million in it. Every department has millions in it, and I'm saddened because no one wants us to be able to utilize those funds to give back to the residents, let alone run our day-to-day operation. Next on the agenda was to adopt the 2024-2025 budget and appropriation ordinance for Thornton Township for the general fund and the general assistance fund. As you know, you should pass a budget every single year, no matter what body of government you are. We have not passed our budget for this year. We are now going into the next budget cycle for 2025, which is 2026. And we have not passed this budget. And that's sad, because that's not how you operate government, and that's not how you run a business. Government is a business, whether you want to accept it or not. But we are not handling our business. We're not coming to board meetings to approve the things that's needed to run the day-to-day operation. Also, we had on there the tax levy today, which is to pass it before the 31st, which is tomorrow, guys. So if we do not pass our budget and our tax levy, how do we move forward as a township? As but not least, the most important thing that we needed to pass today is our insurance. As you can see, it took a minute for us to get someone else to take us on as relates to insurance coverage, and we have it on the agenda this evening to be voted on. We had this on there about 2 months ago to approve insurance, which was nothing but renewal. And they did not come to a board meeting to renew the insurance when we didn't have to go searching for a new carrier. Once they did come, we put it on there again. They gave us an extension saying that they allow us to expand into a certain date. They still didn't show up. And when they didn't show up, that carrier said they no longer want to play this game, and they opted out of giving Thornton Township insurance. Therefore, we had to look for a new carrier. Finally, we found a new carrier, and that's what you see before you. The meeting that they called, we didn't have a carrier, which was that last Friday. We have a new carrier now, today, Monday. So we have the opportunity to fix when they have broken, which is come here and vote for the much-needed insurance to keep the township operating. And that goes for, once again, to keep our buildings open, to also allow us to pick up our seniors, to take them where they need to go. We cannot move forward due to the fact of the Board of Trustees playing these games and not showing up to board meetings to handle the business. If they call a meeting, I show up. If I call a meeting, why aren't you here? Why aren't you taking care of the people's business? I need the residents to pay attention to what's before them, and I need you to pay attention to facts and not get involved in all the fiction, the false stories that's out here in the world as it relates to clickbait. I need us to come together and demand that the Board of Trustees show up to board meetings. I am now today calling for the resignation of Carmen Carlisle and also Chris Gonzalez. They should resign from office because clearly you do not want to do this job. Clearly you do not care about the residents of Thornton Township, let alone the seniors or the youth. Clearly, you do not want to see us proceed with a good year for 2025. So I'm asking for you to step down. You can send me a memo, you can email it to me, you can send it to any one of my staff members, and we will gladly accept your resignation immediately. Residents, please hold on a little longer. I know it's been tough. It is the election coming up. I know you guys have seen all the mess and scrutiny going on with that as well, but that too shall pass. I will speak now to the caucus. Today we did have court for the caucus. You guys know I am suing Napoleon Harris and also Dot's organization for that illegal, unconstitutional meeting that they held on December 3rd that was improper, and that was voter suppression at its highest level. I don't commend that, I would not accept that, and I don't wish that on anybody. And I need the residents to stand up and have a voice as it relates to you being the voiceless on December 3rd. It's a shame that people had you out in the cold, and the media, all y'all was out there, and it's a shame that you, media, that's why I call you fake news, did not showcase the residents out in the cold, on walkers, in wheelchairs, with oxygen tanks, could not get in, saying, let us in, let us vote. You guys did not showcase that, but yet you showcased what was inside the building. But what I will tell you, residents, is they didn't show you the people going and entering through the back door, through the side door. They didn't show you the people that was not a Thornton Township resident. They didn't show you any of these things, though. But I can name everybody that was in that building that did not live in Thornton Township, but was allowed to come in the building and partake in an illegal caucus, which was ran by a dictator, Napoleon Harris, who do not live in Thornton Township. And I say that I'm constantly to you, he does not live in Thornton Township. And yes, I am the only one that has the strength and the guts to sue individuals when they do wrong to our township and to our government. It's a shame that people are sitting back and allowing these things to take place. So I stand for the people, and I'll continue to rise up despite what people say about me in the media or in blogs, which is not true. I am showing you truth. You can follow me, whether it's on Facebook. I do put a lot of correspondence out to residents so that you can follow what's going on in your community. I just hate the fact that people are allowing this to happen and not doing nothing about it. I wish the people would take a stand and not allow people to take over your government, which they're trying to run this dictatorship, and we're going to ask the judge to overturn it, which I feel they will. But until that happens, I just want you to know we had court today, and we will be in Chancery Court. When the next court date is announced, I will let the residents know, and you can come down with me. You can come down with me to court, or you can always sign in onto Zoom. That's the way that you can see what's going on in Thornton Township as it relates to the courts in our next steps. But thank you to all of those that signed affidavit. I appreciate that because you wanted your voice to be heard. You didn't like what had happened that night, and you wanted to be overturned. So I thank you, and I'm asking you to come out as well. Which a lot of y'all keep calling, asking me what's going on, what's happening. I was hoping today we got news to say, hey, the judge stated this, but right now we have to go to Chancery Court, and once that date is set, we will let the residents know so you can partake in the movement of the illegal caucus that happened on December 3rd. Today, I'm going to allow the residents to speak. I do want to hear from you. I know it's not a board meeting, but I always come to a meeting just to hear the residents and also take care of the business. I would never mute you. I would never hold you out in the cold, and that's the part that y'all should understand. That individual is your comedian. That individual is your senator. So he still neglected the residents and had you standing outside despite who you was voting for. I know I came 500 strong with residents, with cars and buses, and you was out there. I get it, but you should allow the people to see the truth of what it is. Because if you thought you was going to win, you would have let the people in, and you did not do that. So shame on you, Napoleon. Next, I want you guys to know I love y'all, and there's nothing you can ever do about it. I love the good, the hateful, and even the naysayers. I'ma always take care of you, because if you thought you was for mayor, I'ma always come prepared and ready to take care of the business, despite people's opinion of what's going on around you. I want you guys to stay prayed up this season, going to a season with love, lead with love. I always say this. And don't let people harden your hearts. Get the facts for yourself, seek the truth, and news, please, do your research. Stop just reporting things because somebody get on the news that don't live in our township, don't live in our village, and you guys allow them to say negative things about our city or our township, and they are not part of neither one. Like, that's not right. I don't like that you guys are constantly putting us in a negative light, despite all the facts that we show you and give you. Just like with insurance, we showed you guys, the trustees, neglecting their duty to come and vote for the insurance. We showed you that, and you still didn't show the people that they are the ones that stop insurance at Thornton Township. So shame on you, news. Hopefully it'll be a better year. Also, we had an event about an hour 30 minutes ago, from 12 to 3. It was our seniors' New Year's party. I haven't seen not one of these cameras there. It's amazing that you guys come here for the mask, for the drama, or the show, but you won't come and showcase the good that we do and hear from other residents that really appreciate what I do for the township, that along with the clerk and the trustee, Darlene Gray ever does for the township. But you don't come and showcase some people. And I've noticed too, some people give you interviews and you don't even put the good stuff that they say on the news. But yet you put anybody that's a hater or don't like whatever they see or whatever someone told them, you put them on the news and they don't live here. So please, this year, please do your research and stop just reporting anything. Because I know you need us for views and clicks. I get it. I know we make money for you because that's the only reason why every station's here. Other than that, I don't see nobody else in town reporting whatever they're saying about their mayor or their trustees or their alderman, but you've always followed Tim Indian. So please thank you for using my name as well. I wouldn't discriminate for that. But with that being said, I'm going to allow people to get up. And you have 3 minutes. You can address this body. Of course, we're going to allow you to put your 3 minutes on record. I will try to sum up for those that have something to say. And hopefully the news hear you and allow you to be heard at a national level and not just the negativity. So if anybody would like to address this body, you have 3 minutes. You can go to the podium and say whatever you like.
Good evening. To the residents, supervisor, what we see tonight is the incapacitation of this government. You have 2 trustees that are refusing to come to a meeting to handle business. And let's just dispel the lie that it's about an appointment. An appointment I do not see listed on this agenda. However, an appointment cannot take place, if I read the statute correctly, until this board accepts the resignation of Jerry Jones. And I believe I missed maybe 1 township meeting so far, and I've yet to see that on the agenda. So for the news media to put that out, that this is the reason why the trustees are not coming, because they don't want to vote on an appointment, that is false. There's no appointment on this agenda. But what we do have on this agenda is a tax levy. I'm going to tell you, tax levy is very important to pass. As a former elected official from the village of Dixmoor, we failed to pass our tax levy. And that hurt us for an entire year. That's going to incapacitate this township. Because that means when we pay our tax bills, they're going to withhold the funds for the township. So I'm going to wonder how our seniors are going to be taken care of. How are our young people going to have after-school programs? You're now affecting an entire township. This is no longer about supervising anything. This is about each and every resident that lives in this township that is entitled to the services that they pay taxes for. So I agree, those trustees aren't to resign. They should resign because they don't have the best interest of the community at hand. The other thing is the insurance. I was at the meeting over at the Dalton Park District. And they vowed that, oh, if we get an insurance, we're going to come to the meeting. They have yet to show up. That is a very important aspect of any municipal government. If someone walks, trips, falls, that's a liability. It's a lawsuit. And then you might have ones that are staged that to happen. We got to come together and take care of the business of this township. This is ridiculous. We are the laughing stock in the South suburban area. When you go to grocery stores, you hear them talking about our township. When you go to your social events, you hear them talking about our township. It's embarrassing. You're not hurting Tiffany Inyard. You're hurting each and every resident of this township by not showing up to do your fiduciary responsibilities. You were appointed or elected to do your job. Do your job. If you don't want to do your job, step aside. There are other residents that would love to sit in those seats and do the job that is put to them by the statute. You gotta take care of our people.
Is there anybody else that would like to address this on? Come on up.
Okay, my name is Stan Thomas, I'm from Nash. I ain't get agenda today, but this is my concern, I'm gonna talk to the attorney. If we have, the trustees not coming to vote on the critical issue, what do you all do, what's the next step? Can you all override them? What's the next step? Because they missed 3, 4, 7 meetings, it seems like something should have been done right now to override them. I know I'm sure other, towns had this issue before, so what do? You just sit here and wait and just hope they'll show up?
I'm sorry, are you asking what
Yeah, I mean, your question, what do you, as a attorney, what's your advice?
I can't disclose what advice I give my counsel.
Well,
That would waive attorney-client privilege, I cannot disclose that. I can't
Well-
disclose any advice that I give to my clients that waives attorney-client privilege.
Okay, who is your client? I'm sorry. Are we your client? My question is, if her hands are tied as supervisor, because the trustees not coming, then that means services to us is not being done. So my question is, you said attorney accountability, what about to us? So I'm saying, what do we do, what do you all do to override this situation? We keep letting it go on, now we're going to 2025, and the same problem?
Ma'am, I only give advice. As an attorney, I don't dictate policy, I don't dictate.
So what advice would you give?
I cannot tell you.
Okay, tell me, what advice did you give for us to move forward, the trustees not going, the trustees not being here for 6, 7 meetings? What advice that you gave, where we can move forward to get this insurance taken care of and get these services back in place? What advice that you gave? I need to know. So it's affecting all of us back here behind me. What advice can you give? What can we do about it?
She said that I can't answer.
Okay.
Okay. I totally agree with you, and that's where I'm at.
All I can say is what the township code actually says. The township code says if a board member misses 5 regular board meetings, it does specify regular board meetings, then there is a process for them to potentially be revoked, and there is a process that is within the township code. So I can tell you to consult the township code. I cannot tell you what advice that I have given the client that would waive attorney-client privilege. I am not the holder of the privilege. I cannot waive the privilege.
Okay, and then you didn't ask my question either. Oh, so we better, you got to take it home.
Well, do y'all have code
Yeah,
there?
so
You have to look at?
No, that's what she said. The code says that they miss 5 regular scheduled board meetings, that they can be removed.
What happened here, they missed?
They missed 7.
They missed 7 already.
3 is special, and then the regular is 4.
So we need one
So
more.
there's one more meeting to miss, and I told her, it's like I'm telling you, which is, I said that's a load of crap. I think that people, once they miss 7 meetings, you abandon your job. That's like you being in charge, and you have a board, and they don't show up 7 different times, to try to fix the situation. They should get fired, you will not have a job. There's no call, no show at that point.
So we bring to the next meeting.
I'm not waiting for the next meeting, I will be in court. That's a guarantee.
Okay, thank you.
Come on up, anybody else?
Good evening, everybody. First, I want to point out that this meeting was called as a special board board meeting, so the trustees should not be penalized for missing this meeting. This is not a regularly scheduled board meeting. Tiffany, you're still calling Carmen Carlisle out of her name. It's no wonder that she doesn't show up. I mean, that's very unprofessional and it's hostile. You talk about the insurance, you just said in Friday's meeting that they didn't have an insurance quote, but you have one now. So if that was the case, all those meetings that they missed that you were saying the insurance was ready, it wasn't, because you just said they didn't have a quote, even as recent as Friday. They just have one today, or just have one as of today, so that's a contradiction. Attorney, I would like to know why you still show up, and this is just an honest question, we know that there's not a meeting, why are we still paying attorneys to act in their capacity at a meeting that's not a regularly scheduled board meeting? Do you also show up at special board meetings? I mean, is that the answer?
I show up when my client asks me to be there.
Okay. Okay, I'm just wondering because it just seems like a misuse of funds if there's no meeting and essentially no reason for you to be here, but thank you for answering. Also, Tiffany, you talk about insurance. You know, there were still cars spotted on Christmas Eve, Thornton Township buses in Hammond, or I'm not sure if it was Hammond, but it was definitely Indiana. So can you explain why the township buses were still operating on Christmas Eve with no insurance out of state?
You're not a township resident.
Thank you for saying that. I actually am. So be careful what you say, Tiffany, because you're inciting violence. You're making it unsafe for me. I am a Thornton Township resident, and I have every right to come up here and speak about things that directly affect my tax dollars. I don't understand why you're so upset that we're wanting to have a voice with regard to how our money is spent. What do you expect us to just look the other way while you go on a spending spree with our tax dollars? Not to mention, you talk about the caucus, you're in here electioneering. This is not a meeting. You should not be speaking about any strategies or anything that happened at the caucus. That is electioneering and that is illegal. Illegal. Okay? I do live in the township, but I'm not gonna keep responding to you. Why are you ghost payrolling? Why are you getting paid for the township, but you're always at the village of Dalton? Answer that, William Moore. Why are you always at the village of Dalton, but you're paid by Thornton Township as a full-time employee? That is ghost payrolling. Can anyone answer that? Now, please answer that for me. Why you're always at the village of Dalton and you're being paid by Thornton Township?
This is about the township, ma'am.
Okay, and I'm asking you, why aren't you here when you're being paid by the township? You're always at the village of Dalton volunteering. How is that possible?
I'll answer that.
All right, your
How is that
Your
possible?
time's up. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
All right, another resident that don't live in Thornton Township. And also, as it relates to insurance, I need to clear this up with insurance. As we stated, when we went to that special meeting, we told you, once we get the quote for the insurance, we will call a special meeting. It's on the record. And we called a special meeting once they gave us the quote saying, hey, we are going to insure you. We've been working on this, and we finally get it. And today is the day to vote for the the insurance. So that's what it is, just so you know, the township talk, for those that want to know we do a government, every single one of my department heads are present at township talk, and they talk about everything they do in their department, from sickness service to transportation to IT, everybody's there. So if you want to know the information, all you have to do is show up, but again, you have to read. If you read the information, you know what's going on in the township. All right, go ahead, you have the floor.
Is this for me?
Yes.
Supervisor and everyone at the desk. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for being here and allowing this opportunity. I want to just say thank you, for being in Thornton Township, for having the activities and functions that I've been able to attend for. A senior, I am a senior. I did enjoy the senior activity today. I have witnessed individuals who needed help literally being appreciative of the general assistance program and the various activities that Thornton Township has offered, throughout the time until we've gotten to this point. I would hope that we would be more respectful of those types of functions and community events that has allowed us to enjoy each other regardless of our city or village or town, wherever we live. So I just want to say thank you to all of you, for having such great activities, great events, looking out for seniors, looking out for the children, the after-school programs, the counseling, the computer lab. There's some people who've lived out here in Thornton Township, but that was never aware that Thornton would actually provide them with some type of assistance if they needed it. And it's just really great that it's for everybody. It doesn't matter in which one of the 17 villages you live in, that it's open up for everyone. So thank you. And I think I got something to this mic. It's okay. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. My name is Kay Fox, 1X. Attorney, I'm glad you're here for support of our mayor. And, you all got, I'm nervous, number one, but I'm just happy to be here. And I think everybody should start supporting what we got and come together. And if you don't like what's going on, that's the procedure of voting. Yeah. And if you come to the meetings, whether you say nay or yay, but you still show up. Because you'll know it's just like the same thing as you not being here, but you're here. So while everybody, well, I'm not gonna say everybody, but while several people are targeting our mayor, they targeted our whole system. Right. They broke our system because they was targeting one person. They got a system for voting. Like I said, you vote your presidents, your elected officials, your senators, your governors, your mayor. If you don't like it, go with the system and stop breaking what we got. Because this is a change for me. I ain't never seen nothing like this before in my life. And I'm 67, and I'm a senior. And senior is 68. Never have I seen anything like this. And I'm here out in his residence, Thornton, Calumet City, Riverdale, for the last 45 years. Never in my days of living out here have I seen the corruption, the backstabbing, the blood swinging, hurting the citizens, hurting the residents, tearing the senior citizens down, messing with our kids. Our youth are being neglected because y'all targeted. Stop targeting people. People stop. That's what they want us to do. They hear about dope in China. They all over the world, because it's one person that made dope in his face. She must be doing something right.
Hello, my name is Linda Wilkerson, and I am a resident of South Holland. I came here to get information for myself and see for myself. Yes, I do watch the news, but I know that the news can be fake as well. So I wanted to hear it for myself. I was sorry to hear you all attacked like I saw on the news. I'm sorry to see you attacked too. But one thing I know, I retired from the Postal Service as a manager. And no matter who calls the meeting, if your subordinate, if that person ahead calls a meeting, I don't care what kind of meeting it is, you go. You don't say, you don't have the option to say, oh, I'm just not going. And if you're representing other people, you definitely go. I wasn't just manager over one section, I was manager over a number of sections. So I had to be that person to know a little bit about other things too, but not be attacked like you all are attacked. I'm really sorry for that, but we need them to come. I am 102% for them getting fired, because that's what you would do in private sector. You would be fired if you do not show up. Whether I like it or not, I must show up.
Good afternoon. I am a resident of Harvey, so therefore I'm a resident of Thornton Township. And I'd just like to say I really appreciate the open atmosphere that you're offering for the residents, the inhabitants of Thornton Township to be able to voice their opinions. As a resident of Harvey, we're not able to do this. I don't know if you know or have been watching any of the videos that the city of Harvey puts out during their city council meetings, but Christopher Clark routinely violates our freedom of speech. We're not able to make any sound or clap or anything from our seats without being charged with disorderly conduct and disrupting the meeting. We're not able to, we're also intimidated. He uses the police force to intimidate us. He uses the police as weapons to keep us under control and under subjection to the way he runs the meetings. And it's really very, very unconstitutional, and it's very unfair, because we are the residents and we have a voice, and just as the lady said before, that we have things to say about how our tax dollars are being spent, how our city is being run, and things to that nature. But yet, just recently at the last city council meeting, I was cited for disorderly conduct, and escorted out by police. And we routinely, we have, usually during a city council meeting, there are more police in this room than there are in this building right now. And it's a ploy for intimidation, it's a ploy for suppression and oppression of our voices as residents. And so I just want to thank you for allowing, even though every comment might not be what you want to hear or might not be favorable to you or when you're running, at least you give the residents their voice. And so I thank you for that.
I just wanted to add to that. So my name is Ryan. I'm a resident of Harvey, the Harvey Historical Society as well. I'm a Harvey spirit shirt on today. But no, I wanted to echo that. Dennis is literally the nicest lady ever. By the way, that she just spoke. She got a $500 fine because Clark didn't like, I don't know, something. So it's just crazy. Personally, I'm not here to be a fan of Tiffany or Napoleon or Chris or anybody. I just want to see the truth. I want to see the right thing done. And I do want to say, though, I mean, this is amazing because Glennis is right. There's usually about 10 to 15 heavily armed police for all of our city council meetings. There was no, they don't even have the metal detector up. They had the metal detector. They wand you. They stare you down. They stand behind you when you're giving comments. So I guess I have a problem with everybody, like the media, for instance. Like, why? I understand the frustrations that people have with you mistenured and the disagreements, but you know, you get so much coverage. It seems like a personality thing because, like, I was talking to some people today, and I'm like, well, are they gonna have money to pay the bills for the township? I don't care if you hate mistenured. Or if you, like I said, I don't particularly love any of the candidates unless they're maybe independents running for township, okay? I'm not really a fan of any of them. I'm definitely not a fan of our mayor, Chris Clark. But we need to make sure that things are running. So then I heard people online today saying, don't boycott the meeting, don't come to the meeting. Well, how are we gonna pay the township bills? So, but I just have to say, every meeting I've been to with Ms. Henyard, even though, sure, there are a lot of things we would disagree on, but I have to say, she is 10 times fairer and less of a dictator than Mayor Clark. And really shame on the media and for giving Tiffany all this attention. And meanwhile, I was arrested in this very room for videoing, just like you saw me. My alderwoman is right here, Colby. She was arrested twice, false arrests, because she dared to ask how Clark is spending money. So this man wants to run to take her job. So I'm just letting you all know that in case you didn't know. So Christopher Clark is a tyrant. He's horrible. Why does Tiffany, even with all of her problems, why did she get all that attention? And we have unsolved murders here in Harvey. We have police follow us around for just asking questions about how our money's spent. Like, what? I'm not downplaying any of the bad things that maybe Ms. Henry has done or has been accused of doing, but something's not right. We need to just get the right things happening. So I don't care about personalities. I just want people to get done with it. And something that bothered me with the lawyer too, I don't know the legalities, but that did bother me when people were asking you questions, and then they said, but okay, why can't you say anything? Oh, I can't, something about my client. But I agree with the first lady where she said, wait, aren't we your client? Because I mean, for all the boards, whether it's Harvey, Township, Dalton, pretty much everywhere, it's almost like this scheme, this scam, where the lawyers, they act as the personal defense attorneys for the politicians. So I just have to say, I do believe that we are your client ultimately. But yeah, thank you for not arresting us. Thank you for letting us have our say.
Good evening, everyone. My name is William. I am a South Holland resident, and to our mayor, to our supervisor, and to our board, and to our residents, all's not lost. So to the young lady who says she lives here, there's going to be an election come up. If she lives here, she has to voice her opinion. I know she doesn't live here.
I do live here.
Okay, no argument. When we go to the polls, while the young man and the young lady who's been videoing all this time, getting clicks, there's real people's lives being affected here. We do over 50 events for seniors, for youth, for single moms, single dads, handicapped, all inclusive. Every event that's been held in Thornton Township, we've never had any events, never an arrest, never anyone out of order. So you as a resident, you're saying this is what we want. What's fair is this. Go to the polls and make certain that your voice is heard. And what's fair is that if these are the services that you deserve, go to the polls. Don't let them get the clicks. The clicks is what they are. But I refuse to be a township resident and allow people like this to come into our town and play nickel-dime games with my real life. I refuse to do that. So what's important is that we went to the caucus, now she want to be disruptive. Give me 3 minutes, ma'am. Give me my 3 minutes. We went to a caucus, and we went to the caucus. And what's more important is that our rights were violated. This is 2024. Okay? So why is it that in 2024 we have someone suppressing our votes of civil rights? That's what's more important. But we must come out. If you can sign an affidavit, if you have not, make certain that you put a person that's in office who's going to represent you. That's right. Not someone who's going all this clickbait, act like they want to do the work. Because you have real issues at your home like I do. I need a person who is willing to come and to serve in capacity with our supervisor has. They cannot beat her, so they're trying to cheat her. But all's not lost. Go to the polls and make certain that your voice is being heard, because that's what I would do. That's what, for me in my house, we will serve the Lord. So I appreciate you. I love you. All's not done. For all those naysayers who think that she's going to be out of office, let me be the first to say to every news media, she will win her seat. Take that to the bank. Because the God before you, he's more than the whole world against you. Okay, so we will stand and see the salvation of the Lord on our enemies. That means people that's against us. Thank you so much, Lord. God bless.
Is there anybody else? Okay, can we include you? I agree.
We have to be respectful to everybody. You might not agree with everybody, but they're saying, but be respectful. Now, when this man was talking, he was talking. But when you were talking, we gave you the same respect.
See, you doing it again, now stop. She has the floor, let her talk.
Man, what I'm saying,
to give you.
Public comment is 3 minutes.
Well, I'm trying to be up here. Okay, all right. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to argue, I'm not here to confuse. I just want to question ask. If you all want to take this out of the street, take out the street. But my thing is, be respectful. When somebody calls to be respectful, they do say what they have to say. It's okay to disagree with somebody, but it's the way you disagree. That's all I'm saying. I might not like what he said, I might not like what you said, but I don't give you the right to say it. And that's all I'm saying, give you the right to say your piece. Like you all gave me my right to say that, but you agreed to that. That's all I'm saying, I'm just here to ask.
All right, thank you so much. So look, that's
So
what
you
I
want to
said,
say
I said that.
You just hit the same
Yeah,
thing,
that is
because I'm just
it.
gonna say,
I
I
thank everybody for
resident, and I appreciate people saying this is a problem.
Now, I see why you got security in the building.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say what I say. I'm not gonna order because
This is not your meeting, you're out of order. Thank you, thank you. That's the problem. Now, I get, this is why people have security, this is why people be at mics, because you got people always out of order. So anyway, I'm gonna conclude with this. I gave everybody the right and the respect to be heard, because it's no meeting. I don't have to sit here and listen to it, right? So I respect, because I care about residents, I sat here and listened to whatever anybody wanted to say, despite not having a quorum, despite not being able to have insurance. What you need to put in the lab and on the cameras is that these trustees did not show up. Trustee Common, trustee Cook did not show up to take care of the business of the residents of Thornton Township. That's facts. And get all the noise and the mess, that's distraction. The truth is, we have insurance now. We've been fighting for insurance since they didn't show up to the previous meeting to handle the business. And now that we have insurance, no one showed up to vote to take care of the business. It's like, come on. We have to do better, guys. We have to hold people accountable that's not handling the business for you. Now today, I have to make the decisions of shutting down things. That's what I said to everybody. If anybody wasn't listening, why are people distracting you with noise? That's harsh. It's people that really, really depend on Thornton Township services, especially those buses. Y'all have no idea how many records we take to the doctor. How many people are on chemo? You want to talk to Ms. Linda? Ms. Linda is a manager over at Transportation, Thornton Township Transportation. Tell them about what's going on.
Yes, my name is Linda Terrell, and I work with the Transportation Department. And I gotta tell you, our people are hurting. We have seniors that can't get to the store. We have seniors who can't get to the store by themselves. They're on walkers, wheelchairs, and everything else. We have dialysis patients. They count on our service. They can't make it to dialysis, and they're wondering why. We're in a twilight hour, and we're telling them that we don't have transportation, that we can't book their transportation. We need their transportation back in place like yesterday. Because it's been 2 days. I've been talking to them, and they told me, I can't book a trip for you now, as of now, until further notice. And that's not good. It's like, I have to eat. How am I gonna get my food? You know, I've been without food 3 days. Why didn't they tell me this last week? You know, this is a serious thing. You know, it's, you know, not coming to a board member, this is very serious for some seniors. It's not like, oh, they can skip town. You know what you're causing? You know, you have people that potentially can be laid off from work. The bus drivers. What are we gonna tell them? What are you gonna tell me? I'm going, if there's no passengers, I go home. There's no passengers, the bus drivers, what are they gonna do? And those poor seniors, they've been calling. They're like, this can't happen. What do you mean? You can't take me to the store? I'm like, man, I'm so sorry. I said, as soon as I find out something this evening, I'll give you a call. You know, this is playing games with people like this. We all have mothers, we all have fathers, you know, and for them not to get to the store, you know, a lot of times we can't take them because we're working. But to have a service like we have in place right now, that's a wonderful thing, and they always tell me how they appreciate our service. They tell me all the time. I don't know what I would do without this service. It's a free service. You're all, most of the times you're on time, 99.9% they can always call us if they're at the doctor's, office a little bit later than what they expected. We'll adjust their trips, and they're very grateful for us. So, we need to get together, you really do. It's not about pictures on boxes, it's not about, I didn't agree to this meeting. You need to, this is not a joke, we need to stop playing games with people's lives. Right. And worry one way. Layoffs, seniors who are not eating, seniors who can't make it to the doctor. You have to picture in your mind, a senior coming in here with a walker, and she's trying to make it to the store. She's at a fixed income. She can't take base. She needs every dollar that she gets. Right. What are you gonna do? She gonna take an Uber to the store? She don't have it. Then how she gonna buy food if she's taking an Uber to the store? So I suggest, we need to address the bottleneck and deal with it appropriately. And Supervisor's right there, and I'm sure she knows how to do that. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. City Attorney, do y'all want to say anything? This is our City Service Department. They had an awesome event this evening. Tell them about your event you had.
I'm Tamika, Center Service Manager. Y'all heard from me at the last meeting. It is a pleasure to be here, but it's a sad day for Thornton Township. It's unfortunate that the other trustees could not come, so we can render services, continue to render services to the seniors. We had an amazing event. Our social events are amazing. A lot of seniors were expecting it today due to us being kind of closed last week. A few people have reached out to myself and Marcia regarding our meals. It's sad for the township. I don't know if the residents are aware, a lot of seniors have kitchenettes. They're not able to cook, so they really rely on our lunch program. We still serve meals on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for the seniors. We do about 1,000 meals a week at a cost of $1.50. I don't know what we need to do as Thornton Township residents. Something has changed. Change got come. We got it's a sad day for Thornton Township.
So what did your vendors say? Because I know we asked certain vendors to hold on with us, and I know they have not been paid. What did your vendors say?
Marcia Brown, the answer, she actually worked close with John. She do the billing for our caterer, John.
Our vendor has agreed to work with us.
What'd you say?
Our vendor has agreed to work with us.
He has agreed to work with us as of now, but he hasn't been paid in 2.5 months, 3 months? So, we'll see. So y'all see them triple zeros, 4 zeros on the deal list, don't be surprised, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
This morning, I looked at the news. The news said the trustees said they didn't know about this meeting, so they won't be here. So how do you know it was a meeting? You had to know about the meeting. So you gotta get on the news and you didn't know about the meeting. But this morning, I dropped my dog off at the groomers. Guess who I seen up at the pancake house? Your trustees. Yeah. In the meeting. Yeah. Yes. They was in the meeting.
President Gonzalez was there.
Gonzalez was there, yeah. They was in the meeting. I guess eating pancakes. Pancakes is more important than our township. And our insurance. But they was up there, Channel 7, probably some of the news reporters was there.
It was there.
My nosy self, I'm nosy. I'm there and sat down in the middle of the meeting. And just looked around the scene, and then I got to left. But I'm like, you said you didn't know about this meeting tonight.
They know it. We sent an email out.
The news said, they said they didn't know about the meeting this morning. So they wasn't coming tonight. Come on now.
showing up today. We posted 48 hours prior to, so everyone got the post, everyone gets the email that's a board member. Everyone knows that we are having this meeting, and they knew when they had their special meeting last Friday, that we was calling a meeting to pay for the insurance, if we got it, which we got it, thank God, and then also to pass the tax levy, because we have to pass it before the 31st, which is tomorrow. So we are real, crucial, and we really care about, I'll say that, we really care about deadlines, and we try to make those deadlines. But it's up to the board members to show up. Either way, you vote no or yes. You have that option. If you vote no, it does not pass at all. You just show up and it fails. So it's no reason for no one not to show up to a board meeting, because as I stated, the gridlock is 2 to 2. It'll be 2 votes on one side, 2 votes on the other, and it will not move. So for you not to show up is childish. And I think they're playing with residents' lives, and the residents started to see that. I just hope y'all hear that and are actually putting the truth out and not fake information. That's all I want moving forward. The truth to be out and not lies, because people trying to get clicks and views off of drama and not reality. Reality is they're not taking care of the business of the people. That's our reality. So I'm gonna conclude with thank you guys for coming out. I want to thank everybody for allowing us to utilize Harvey Chambers here to host this meeting due to the fact we don't have insurance. Tomorrow will be a sad day for the township. I hate to bring the New Year's in like that, but we will have to stop a lot of services at Thornton Township. But as you hear and see from your super mirror, the persons or people that have caused this rift in our township government. And that's Trustee Carmen Carlisle, and I stay on, she always lying. And if we catch her, I show the news. No one clears it up and put the truth out, but we do. And then also Trustee Chris Gonzalez. Them are the 2 individuals that are being puppeteered by Napoleon Harris, that is Jones. And I've always told y'all this, and now I'm gonna connect the dots, as they said, DOTT. So I'm connecting the dots for the residents so you can follow along and understand what's before you and the masterminds behind the mess. And people want to take up your government, but they don't want to do the work. Everybody wants the titles, but they don't want to put in the work. And I've been putting in the work since day one when I came into office here. I had a $4.6 million deficit. A deficit for a township on the Franklin Forever. Who would have thought, right? And when I came in, I cleaned all that up. You now have $8 million, $9 million surpluses in all our accounts. Why can't show that a nice-looking, young, bright, young lady, intelligent, is actually handling her business in 2 big positions? Why they don't show y'all that? Why I gotta be about, look at her hair, look at her nail? What that got to do with what I do? Talking about my work speaks for itself. That's why I want you to educate the public on my work. Judge me on that. You judge me on that, I'll win. Hands down, all day. You put all of them together, and I'm going to win by landslide against everybody. Because I care about community, and that's why I stand quiet for y'all, because I really care about the job that I hold, the 2 positions that I hold. I care about service, and service is key, because think about it. When I came in township, it was 20% that only knew that Thornton Township existed. Now over 80% of Thornton Township residents know it exists, and are utilizing the services today. That's with GA department, that's with transportation, that's with the food pantry. Come over here in Harvey and look at that food pantry line. Every Wednesday, wrap around, down city. That's how important it is for residents to be able to eat. But today, those things are being stopped and neglected due to people's political gain, political fear that they're doing with y'all lives. It's y'all lives that's being affected by it. Until we wake up and say, man, they really messed me over. Until y'all wake up and say that, you will not understand what it is that I've been fighting for you. I'm fighting for people I don't know, but people that I care about, because God said love all. And that's what sitting here I've done. I love all, good, bad, and evil. You think I'm playing? Y'all be in my life, I still feed you. Y'all ask for a ride, I still pick you up. Like, come on. But the people y'all hang with won't give you a chicken bone. Like, come on. Make it make sense. And all I'm saying is wake up, guys. 2025 is going to be the year of exposure for all politicians. I'll say that. I'm doing my campaign now. But I'm just letting y'all know, because somebody got to tell somebody something. Somebody got to show you the yellow brick road and show you the way to what the mess has been. Because I'm tired of people pointing fingers. I'm tired of being on mute. I know lawyers and everybody, they put you on mute a lot. I will say that. You saw that up here. Sorry, but they put you on mute. But I am still going to show my truth. and leads you to the breadcrumbs that's right before you, but you're just not paying attention. So thank you, I love you, and there's nothing to do about it. Have a safe holiday, and leave the love, guys. Stay prayed up. Keep God first.
All right. I think it was a pretty good. Oh, all right, I'm gonna show that later. Not right now. Turn it off. All right. So, that was a good comment earlier. Was this a rerun? So basically, it was a rerun. I guess the highlights you could say she's going to. She's trying to get, or she wants to get the trustees, Trustee Gonzalez, Trustee Carlisle, to quit. Haynard wants them to quit. They're not showing up to the meetings. Apparently, they're almost. I think they have to show up to the next one because they missed 4 regular board meetings. So the next one they're going to probably have to show up regardless of what's going on. It would make sense to me that they would show up. So I guess that's one thing that's perhaps an issue that's the lawyer talked about where, hey, if they don't show up for 5 meetings, they can move on to some other issue. I don't know what you call it, dereliction of duty or something like that. So it looks like that was going on. I see some comments that said the meeting was embarrassing. I mean, this is the same kind of thing. I would say for this meeting, this situation here, Haynard did not look as bad. I know everyone here who watches, especially people who are on the outside, everything she says is something that people don't believe. She tends to bloviate a lot of boasting, a lot of her ego. But to be honest, when you think about it, when she's only there and the trustees don't show up, she has the opportunity to do her campaign thing, to talk about all the things that she's doing and what they're not doing. And do I believe every single one that talked in favor of Tiffany Haynard was a paid actor? No, I don't. I don't think so. I think not everyone. Sure, people who maybe work for her, obviously they got to save their jobs, or her little friends or whatever, Dots, because he's looking for a position. But do I think every single person that is for Tiffany is a paid plant? No, I don't. I think many of them are seniors. When you look at the definition of the township, it's there to focus on providing essential services and support for residents within its boundaries, focusing on the needs of seniors, youth, and low-income families and individuals facing challenges. So the township in Illinois typically focus on 3 functions: general assistance, property assessments, and road maintenance, but then they jump into other community services. For the seniors, so organizing transportation, the social events, the meal programs. I feel like I am repeating myself, but these are the people that she's talking to. So when she's telling the seniors who are probably not sitting there on Facebook and YouTube, they're watching their stories, they're watching sports, they're doing other things, or just chilling. They're not really necessarily sitting here watching it the way we are. And she's telling them that these 2 people are responsible for the fact that you can't get to your dialysis appointment. You can't get to your certain appointments. This will resonate with them, whether you like it or not. And also, the bingo. They love the bingo too. So there was a Facebook video that Haynard had. Let me check. Let me see if that's there. Let me pause. I think the meeting is over. Let me see if you guys. Let me know if you guys can hear this. She had this on her Facebook. Let me turn this off. Let me see. Let me see if this puts on.
Unfortunately, our government has been gridlocked by two trustees, Trustee Chris Gonzalez and Trustee Carmen Carlisle. They both have refused to attend board meetings here at Thornton Township. If you are an elected official, your job, your duty is to show up to board meetings and take care of the people's needs.
Why is it not showing up? Oh, should I put it over here? Okay, let me start all over again. Hold on a second. Don't be fooled. Tiffany's desperate. Yeah, I mean, they're all desperate. It's politics. That's what it is. This is politics at this point. I mean, the feds ain't showing up right now. So it's all politics. It's all about it's about making yourself look better than another person. She is trying to get back on that ballot. She is suing for what happened in the caucus. She believes was illegal acts. She is going to complain about trustees not showing up. I mean, so it's all politics. Is it stopping herself from the feds? I mean, the feds ain't here. It's possible, likely, that there will be no feds before these elections are happening. So yeah, she definitely is desperate. I think everyone is. I mean, the way everyone is moving. How many boys? She missed tons, but that's about politics. And we're talking about the township. We're not talking about Dalton. That's a township. So that's what politics is. It's ignoring the faults of the people that you support and expanding and pushing and the attributes of people that you don't support. So right now, Haney is talking about township. She's saying, listen, you guys are not here. And if they are missing 4 meetings and they got one more, and then now they're going to have some issues, that's what looks like it's going to happen. But yeah, let me show you guys this video here. This is on Facebook if you haven't already seen it.
Unfortunately, our government has been gridlocked by two trustees, Trustee Chris Gonzalez and Trustee Carmen Carlisle. They both have refused to attend board meetings here at Thornton Township. If you are an elected official, your job, your duty is to show up to board meetings and take care of the people's business. They have not attended a board meeting for 60, 70 days in county, causing the township to be without insurance. I place on the agenda a 100 historical property tax refund. I also placed on the agenda 3 different insurance that we need for our property, for a vehicle, for cyber insurance. And each time they refuse to show up and vote for what's needed for our residents. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Thank you guys for coming now on this wonderful Tuesday. I have several announcements this evening, but due to the fact that we do not have a quorum, there will not be an actual voting meeting, an actual regular scheduled board meeting this evening. Okay, guys, we do not have a quorum, so we will not be having a board meeting this evening. As you can see, it's 2 board members here. And thank you for coming out. Sorry that you didn't show up, but I just hope the news get it right. As you can see, we are all here present and willingly to have a scheduled board meeting. It saddens my heart that every time it's time to do the business and the will of the people, it gets blocked because people don't come and take their job serious. We basically have 2 scheduled meetings every single month, and our job is to come, pay the bills, pass ordinances if need be, and make sure you understand what it is that we have been doing for an entire month as relates to being board members. So I just want to point that out so you understand what's going on. And as relates to safety, we have put so many steps and things in place to make sure we assure everyone's safety here in Thornton Township.
Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard is calling a special meeting.
Back out here live, we do know that Tiffany Henyard is on location. Henyard says that Thornton Township residents are in line, guys, listen to this, to receive a 100% property tax refund. But she says a meeting needs to take place and trustees must show up in order for that business to follow through.
Next is approval of Supervisor's 100% tax refund for all homeowners of Thornton Township.
I'd like to make a motion.
Excuse me?
I'd like to make a motion, having done all the necessary business, I'd like to make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
And while we adjourn the meeting, is right now we're here to take care of the business. So residents, you see what's going on. There's no motion for an adjournment. We're here to handle the business, trustee. So, as I was stating, it was
motion to adjourn.
Okay, there's no second. So if you're following Robert Rules of Orders, which I advise you to adopt, you will understand how this goes. We're moving on. The residents are here today to keep about exactly what's going on as relates to township business. So we can handle the business, guys. We even got to handle something really important with our bank account. So all that's on the agenda. So adjourning for what?
why did you come to a meeting if you don't want to handle the business? Let's continue. We're here to talk about something important. We're giving away $2.2 million to the residents of Thornton Township. We are giving you guys a tax refund, something that you need, something that you all complain about as relates to your property tax. But those that don't know, this is what we have going on. Is there a motion to approve the tax refund? Is there a second? Second. Call the roll.
Trustee Graham. Trustee Gonzalez. Trustee Carlisle. Supervisor Henry.
Yes.
Motion fails.
All right, so here we go. One of the individuals walked out of the meeting, so of course you know that means we don't have any quorum. So today we cannot take any more action as relates to the agenda items. I just want you to see for yourself the games that are being played here at Thornton Township. It's shameful that that individual wants to rerun for re-election, but we're not sitting in this seat to take care of the business of the people. So let me tell you the reason why they left. If you go to the next page, because he's right there. He was right there to take care of the business of the people, which is giving $2.2 million and your money back to you. That was a refund. And of course, that's at my discretion, the Supervisor's Department, which is GA, General Assistance Department. So for those tax homeowners, make sure you still apply. Make sure you still sign up so you can receive this tax refund, because with or without it, we will still move forward as it relates to giving you your money back. And that's what that's all about. And we have it. We have over $4 million surplus in the GA fund. And news, I hope y'all get it and use this. We really have a surplus here at Thornton Township, and we wanted to give some of that love back to the people.
Can someone show me show me the surplus? I would love to see it. Send it to me. Email it. If anyone that's in this chat or watch this video on the replay, can I see the massive surplus and the deficit? Apparently it was she said $5 million deficit before she got in, and then it's like $9 million. I would love to see some verifiable proof on that. I really would do. I really would like that, because then basically it would definitely change the narrative a bit. But it just seems like it's a lot of talk, and then I don't really see that proof. But I would like to see it if anyone has it. Damn it! Did I press the wrong button? Wait, did I press? Oh, okay.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out. Unfortunately, once again, you guys know how this works. If there is no quorum, basically we cannot have the actual physical board meeting. For those that's watching or paying attention to Thornton Township, pay attention to the board members that do not show up to take care of your business, which is your residents. If you pay attention to our agenda, I'll just go through it briefly to let you know those things all for you. We have the budget on here, which we've been trying to pass the budget since March of this year. We're now going into the next fiscal year, in which we are supposed to talk about that so we can start the new year, but here we are still going backwards. Also, we had on here bank accounts to basically choose a new bank because we have to do different things currently. We also had on here the insurance. The insurance needs to be paid. The deadline is the 26th, I believe, Robert, is it? 26 for insurance throughout Thornton Township, which is very, very vital, very, very important. And if you don't know, residents, you should pay attention to what's going on. People are trying to gridlock our government, our township, whereas we have surpluses in every single account here at Thornton Township. And I state this at every single meeting. Well, good afternoon. Thank you guys for coming out. Those that are here, I appreciate you showing up for our special board meeting. Unfortunately, as always, there is no quorum. The two trustees did not come. They decided not to come once again. But just so you know the things that are at stake. Township government is at stake, and they're not telling you that. And what I mean by that is we have bills that have not been paid for over 2 months. And every single time we request a special meeting to just take care of the everyday essentials of the business is not getting done, let alone getting heard. You guys see myself, Trustee Darlene Gray Evers, the clerk, Loretta Wells, and also the attorney, Eric. We all show up here every single time, despite how we feel, what we think, or our opinion. And that's what you're supposed to do when you're elected official. You guys elected us to do the will of the people, and when we don't show up to take care of everyday business, that is a problem for me, a problem for the residents. So I hope that people are seeing it for what it is. Right now, we have essential services that are at stake. One, being the insurance. I have mentioned this at a previous special meeting that no one attended. I have scheduled several special meetings and no one has attended, but now we are in jeopardy of not being able to do the services here for our residents. When we don't have insurance, that means that you, residents, media, cannot come in the building because we don't have any insurance. So if you fall, trip, or anything of that nature, how do we cover it? Also, the rides for our seniors, and that's my problem that I have with all of this gridlock, this political theater. How do we pick you up? How do we take you to your doctor appointment? And that's what you guys are not seeing.
As WGN's Jenna Barnes reports, 2 trustees plan to boycott tonight's meeting in an effort to stall Hinyard's agenda.
But I just want to thank everybody for always coming out and doing their job and showing up. You guys know we do have a scheduled board meeting today on the books, and we are all supposed to be here to make sure we take care of the business of the people. Unfortunately, the board of trustees, Chris and also Carmen Carlisle, they both did not show up this evening. And the sad part about it is that today we had election cases down here. We pretty much got done about, I would say, 5:30. Chris was here for that, but he don't come here for the real business, which is to vote on things that's needed for the public. Couple things that's at stake, and I'm going to be quick. You guys know we do not have insurance here at Thornton Township. I've been saying this. I've been showing this. You guys know this. We called for several different meetings. Over 60 days, the Board of Trustees have not shown up to take care of any business, guys. So that means you, residents, when you come here and ask for help, whether it's upstairs in GA for your light, your gas, your water, your mortgage, your rental assistance, your burial assistance, also transportation, also the food pantry. All these things are in jeopardy, and that's what you're failing to realize for those that don't understand what is happening. We are showing up to vote for things such as paying your bills and paying our bills, because we cannot operate without paying our light, our gas, our water, and things of that nature. We cannot also move forward with employees that works in certain departments that help you guys with your services. Like I just said, the light, the water, the gas, the mortgage. You come and you get help from us. We agree and we say we're going to pay your bill. And then all of a sudden, we have a board meeting and the board members do not show up. Therefore, your bill cannot get paid. So you thought that you was able to get it paid by us because we agreed the next day, next week, people don't pay your bill. Then your lights are off, your water is off. That is the reality of what's happening before you today. I'm trying to make sure everyone knows this, and y'all should reach out to your trustees because they are not doing their job. They are neglecting their duty as the elected official, which is to show up to 2 board meetings, let alone 1 board meeting when it's the holiday season, and make sure they vote for things for you residents. You are not getting the things you need currently right now. It's a lot of things and big decisions that we have to make as board members, and I guess the ones that's here, of course, of shutdown. When I say shutdown, I want to say this. The lawyers have told us several times that we will not be able to continue to operate because we do not have insurance. And I just want to put that out there because I put it out there every single time. So now we're going to make provisions to move forward, and then we will announce it and give something to everybody here. The sad part that I don't like about it, because y'all know I'm a people person, is because the board is hurting people. They're hurting our residents. I don't care if you don't like me, don't like somebody on this board. It does not matter. What matters is you come here and you take care of your responsibility and take care of the business here at the township. But we're not doing that. We're not paying bills. We're not able to get food. We're not able to do a lot of things that's really, really helpful to Thornton Township residents. And that's what's hurting my heart, guys. I ran for office to make sure I be there for the people. And in doing so, you need a board to help you. I just want you to remember this when election time comes and when people ask you to vote for them and do things. Remember how they neglected you and said no to you when it was your time. I really don't have very much to say. Just I'm hurt bad. I'm hurt that they are hurting the people.
Thornton Township's main building is closed, and we're told employees are now working from home as Supervisor Tiffany Hinyard and Township trustees continue to clash.
Thornton Township residents stopping by the main building to take care of business walked away, shaking their heads.
I got off work early to take care of this, but I guess I wasted my time.
This mess that they're going through really don't make no sense.
but we have to deal with it.
Supervisor Tiffany Henyard has been warning for the past couple of weeks that the township could shut down because its insurance policy expired this month. Months of political stalemate.
You out of there, bro!
Boiling over.
The township has also had to cancel its annual holiday.
Wait, was that someone yelling at Chris? Hold on a second. It looked like that was back at Chris' head. I guess he's old man a little upset.
Expired this month. Months of political stalemate.
You out of there, bro!
Boiling over.
The township has also had to cancel its annual holiday toy giveaway this weekend that helps hundreds of families.
Henyard says a shutdown would mean ceasing assistance programs for seniors and after-school programs for children, and potentially laying off more than 100 township workers.
Okay, I took the sound off of this. That's why there's no sound. It's just them. This is probably some kind of, I don't know, probably happy music. I'm not sure. I took the sound off just in case. Worry about copyright and all that type of thing. So this is who she's going to be targeting. She is going to be targeting people who use the services, because if you don't use the services, most likely are you going to even bother to vote for a supervisor if you live in this area? Probably not, unless you're really, really into the situation. So she's looking forward to these older folks to go out there, and again, she's not even on the ballot. So, and we'll talk about a little bit what's going on, why it was in Harvey. But let's say if she gets back on the ballot, that's where she is going to try to make a difference. So this is probably a long campaign commercial. This was you can call it a hit piece of showing the two trustees not coming in while she's there showing up. Optics is extremely important when you're talking about politics or anything. Optics is important. Certain things look different to certain people. We all have different perspectives. Sometimes we all could watch the same movie and come with like this different conclusions, but optics is important. And now you see that she's using more of the media to push the narrative that it's a battle. And it seems like it's a battle between her and Napoleon Harris. This is where things get a little, it's like I said, it's all about the politics here. So let's break down exactly what happened today, right? It was a special board meeting. No one showed up, or the trustees didn't show up. It was not held in where the other special meeting, I think it was in Thornton Park District, the last special board meeting, Hania showed up. It was held in Harvey, which is extremely interesting because Christopher Clark, the mayor of Harvey, is running for a supervisor. So this is an interesting article. I'm going to share this with you guys real quick. So seeking township seat, Mayor Christopher Clark authorizes the use of City Town Hall for Thornton Township special meeting. And according to this author, of this writer, this move is a political ploy for Clark, whose team is working with Tiffany Henyard supporters to get him elected. This is what sources are saying. Christopher Clark has authorized the use of Harvey City's Hall's council chambers to host the Thornton Township Board meeting of trustees today at 4 p.m. The decision was made in light of Township's current inability to use this building due to a lapse in insurance coverage caused by non-payment. So in this article, they're saying that, hey, this is a political move for Clark, who's attempting to build inroads with the embattled Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard in an effort to cut off Napoleon Harris. So this is the battle right now. It is Henyard on one side, Christopher Clark. Who knows if they even like each other? Obviously, at this point, they probably believe that they need to group up together to try to take down Napoleon Harris. They believe that Napoleon Harris is controlling the trustees, the trustee Gonzalez and trustee Carla, that they're not doing anything independently, that they're being controlled. So Clark, which is interesting, because I don't know if you guys checked out some of the residents that were talking during the comment section. I think Ryan and another one, that some people believe that Christopher Clark is way worse than Henyard. I mean, Christopher Clark will kick you out of a meeting. He will get a cop to grab you by your neck and throw you out. He does not play. Even Tyrone Rogers screaming at residents. They're very aggressive compared to Henyard. But this is the group. This is what I think they're trying to do. Don't say that they still should have shown up. You know, my opinion, yeah. my opinion, you show up and you argue with the woman. You argue with Hanyard. You tell her what she's saying is wrong. You go back and forth. You do the battle. I think the way things work in Dalton, the trustees in Dalton always show up. They always show up and they go back and forth with her until there was some issues with hiring and firing, where they're trying to push Ronnie Burge as a police chief. There were certain things that they had to step back and say, we're not coming for this. But for the most part, they show up. Trustee Belcher, they go back and forth with her. They say, no, I'm not voting for this. So there's more of a dialogue. There's more of that back and forth. But here, them not showing up, and then Hanyard speaks for an hour, and then look, and it's basically a pro Tiffany environment. And there's no one there to say, no, you're not correct, but that point or this point. So that's the strategy they're using. Let me see if there's any more here. Okay, so yeah, that's because Clark is running for the township supervisor on a ticket called Reform Thornton Township Party. He's joined by City Administrator Corin Davis and Alderman Dominique Randall, along with 2 other individuals, all running as trustees. Township staff personally asked Clark, whose attorneys are now working in tandem with the Hanyard camp. Specifically, they are attempting to use criticism over the caucus early this month to try to cut off Harris's path to victory. So that's why I'm saying, like, this is pure politics now. At this point, there's people grouping together to try to make the other side look really bad. And right now, we're going into the new year, and there's no insurance. Seniors gonna have to figure out a way to get what they need to get, because the township bus is not going to show up, and the other services and the other events, I guess those are not going to happen anymore. This is definitely a battle here, and I made some videos about Christopher Clark, and obviously they're not as popular as Hanyard, but he's a problem. I mean, if I'm just looking at some of the stuff he has put and either I forgot the alderwoman's name, I think Kobe Chapman, I believe. He has put these people in some really precarious situations, and he's a problem, at least in my opinion. So it's interesting now he's trying to run for township supervisor, and a great way to try to, the article says, to build that inroad is, hey, you know what, Hanyard, you're in trouble. I'm gonna take whatever little bit of political capital that she may even have at this point. I don't know if it's that much. Come into the Harvey Village Hall, speak your truth or whatever you think makes sense, to try to stop Napoleon Harris. So this is the strategy. Napoleon Harris, he doesn't live in Dalton. He doesn't live in a township. That's what they're saying, right? Now it's about who lives in what area. I mean, Napoleon Harris is a multimillionaire. I'm guessing because he went to the NFL, he probably has properties all over the place. I don't know if that necessarily is going to be used effectively to cut him off as being the supervisor. I mean, he's running at this point. And I think even if Hanyard does not get on the ballot, right? If she does not get back on that ballot, she is still going to work with Christopher Clark and try to get him elected for township supervisor. Even if, let's say, for instance, the judge comes down with the verdict saying, you know what, Hanyard, you can't get back on that ballot. You're out. This is your last moments to be supervisor. You're done. She is going to move all of her resources. At this point, how much resources is it? I don't know. And she's going to go and back Christopher Clark. And I don't think the township, hey, this is my opinion, I don't live there. I don't know if you guys want to deal with Christopher Clark. I'll just say that. Because since he's going to basically do what Hanyard does, right? He'll be the mayor and he'll be township supervisor. Things in Harvard are not great. I think a lot of people can already, if you check out Harvey, like I said, check out some of the videos I talked about it. Things are not great over there either. It may be worse. So I don't know if you want Christopher Clark, but if Hanyard can try to run the narrative that Napoleon Harris was trying to illegally push her out of her position to be on the ballot, then that's, I think, the strategy that they're going to get into. So, Chris, what's up, Quick with Frank? She can back whoever she wants. She will not. They will not win. Her name is garbage. Yeah, I don't think she has a lot of capital. I believe that every single person that talked was paid. No, I think some people, first of all, you guys have to understand, a lot of people don't even believe in the news. So if you're catching a lot of stuff on news, like, you know, your major channels, most people don't believe what's being told on the news anyway. Now, I think it'd be a good idea if they follow independent journalists and independent sources. That's what I do for a lot of the news I check out. But so people already are not necessarily afraid of the news or apprehensive. That's the word, of what they hear on the news. They would have to be fully checking out the meetings, applying FOIA requests. They'll have to be checking out independent. Most people are not doing that. Most people are watching sports. They're watching their stories. They're watching reality TV. They're not watching this as closely as many of us are. I would hope they will, but the average person does not. So it's whatever that they've been told is what they will run with, unless they try to dig a little deeper or the feds show up. If the feds come in with some handcuffs and arrest her, then that changes everything. Do I believe that's going to happen before then, now, and election? I don't think so. I don't think so. It doesn't seem that way. But, the feds move when they move. They have their own timeline. They don't really care about all this other stuff that's happening. So it may happen tomorrow. It may happen next week. I don't know. What else? If Clark wins, he will appoint Hayner as a trustee as soon as he can. He's running with trustees. I'm not sure who's leaving as the trustees, who isn't. But that's definitely probably. I mean, if this happens, right? Let's say, for instance, that somehow Hayner, whatever the hell they're doing, she gets off the ballot, and then somehow Christopher Clark becomes supervisor. And it's probably a long shot because I think Napoleon Harris is famous. Usually that's all you need. I mean, if you look at certain things that have been happening the last couple of years, if you're more famous and the other person, most likely you're probably able to get in. But if somehow Christopher Clark is able to beat Napoleon Harris, yeah, he's gonna have to reward it. I mean, this is all the problems that we have in politics. It's everyone's doing favors, and if the favors aren't getting done, then there's a problem. Or there's something you either help the person with, either personally or professionally, and the call comes in for you to, you got to pay back now. Like, I took care of you in this situation, you got to take care of me. And all these infighting and all this back and forth, these deals, these backroom deals, are never really about the residents. They're not about the people. It's about positioning. It's a game. It's a game of chess. And Hayner's not a great chess player. I would bet she does not know how to play chess. But Clark, as crazy he is, I think he's a lawyer. He's definitely not a stupid person, and he's probably using Hayner, right? He's like, hey, listen, I need to get some inroads here. Let me bring this to Harvey. Maybe I can get some people who like her to go on my side because I'm going to try to get this supervisor seat. So trustee can't serve for more than 8 years. Yeah. I gotta look into that because there's a few, and I'm not familiar with the trustees that are running with Clark, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But in terms of the future of what's going on with the township, I'm assuming there's going to be a meeting in the new year, the first week of the new year. No, the second week of the new year, so the 6th, 7th. They're gonna have to come in. If they are missing 4 meetings, they probably can't miss this next one. They may have to show up, or if they continue to boycott. I mean, I'm very interested to see what the strategy is because this is the fascinating part of it. What's the next move? What the other side is going to do? Everyone is consulting their lawyers and strategists, and they're saying, okay, what's the next move? Hayner said she's going to take, I guess, Gonzalez and Carlisle to court. I don't think anything is going to happen. If they didn't miss the 5th meeting, then what's the point of that? They'll probably could just show up to the next meeting and everything gets resetted, and then everyone's back at square one. Yes, indeed, JD. So I'll probably make a little bit of a compilation of all the issues in Harvey. Maybe in this video, just explaining how Christopher Clark moves. If you think like Hayner moves shady and has some issues, Clark moves very aggressively and as dealing with businesses. You know, many business owners believe that he has strong armed them in certain aspects of getting their licenses and stuff like that. But yeah, I didn't even know that was even legal to make a church get a license. But there's an interview that's online. You guys can check it out about some of the things that Clark is trying to do. And Harvey just has a long history. A lot of these places have a long history of corruption, unethical behavior, possibly illegal behavior. And the cycle is continuing. Like it's just new faces, new characters, but the same culture, the same behavior is being used and implemented because that's how business gets done around here. But yeah, other than that, it's not really much going on. I mean, we already got the highlights. Hayniard was able to complain a bit. She does the same thing. Now she's basically calling for the trustees to quit, to resign. You know, that's not going to happen. And she's pushing a lot of the emotion, the heartstrings of seniors not going to get help. They're not getting assistance. And it's only the fault of the trustees, not the fact that she's running the show and put this environment together of why everyone is arguing and fighting. And she's still going to go after Napoleon Harris. Every meeting, trust me, she's going to mention this man's name and others. I think Thaddeus Jones, that they believe that they're being controlled. The trustees are being controlled by these forces. So we'll definitely keep checking it out. That's a great comment. It's the same game, different players. Yeah. It's really the same game. Everyone could do the what about ism, right? What about this? What about that? There's no consistency in this. The people who support one party will ignore all the issues and things they did wrong. But then when the other party does it, they expound upon it. It's a big deal, but it's not a big deal when your guy did it or your girl did it. That's politics. That's why a lot of people tend to tune themselves out. I think a lot of people have tuned out from this a little bit. Now it's the drama, it's the entertainment aspect of it. But if you lived in this area, what are you supposed to do? Like, how do you figure this all out? Do you ignore it? Do you just kind of move on? Well, if you are a senior that use the services, what do you do? Those are the real important questions compared to just the back and forth and the political games that's being thrown out there. It said, don't mind me. I'm just here to monitor, observe Illinoisans' super stupid mayor shenanigans, illicit behavior, unhinged actions, and mindless behavior. Yeah, you definitely get your money's worth here. But I'm going to see. JD says, how are those township vehicles still being driven around and no insurance? I did not look, I'll be honest, I did not even research the whole insurance debacle. From what I have heard, that they're definitely not, they should not be driven after today. That they should not be around after today. So we'll see. If next week, if they're still driven around, then they definitely don't have any insurance. Let's see. Anything else? We wait until election. Oh yeah. I mean, I think at this point, I think most people who are able to vote probably know who they're going to vote for. I don't know if they're still sitting there not knowing. Like, I don't know. I believe that most people know who they're going to vote for. And there's just a lot of the back and forth. Who actually gets on this ballot? There's some independent candidates here. So everyone kind of has an idea of what they're going to do. But I don't know if we learn anything new. I feel like this is the same old, same old. We'll see next year, which is, not that long from right now. And we'll see when they show up at the meeting finally, because I believe they're probably going to have to show up. They're not going to be able to lose another one. If it's the fifth one, I'm not sure. There were a lot of meetings being missed, but we'll see. But on that note, guys, in enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy. Have a safe, healthy, happy New Year. We'll be back here. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I have some videos about the NYPD situation. Well, what we got to deal with. Like, it's a lot of problems in the South suburbs, but New York City, we have 10 times as much problems. We have so many problems here. So I appreciate you guys for checking out the videos that, that affect my neck of the woods as well. But thank you guys. Appreciate you.